Hi, for this video we're going to be doing the Inkfrog listing with variation. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to enter in the title. The title will come from either the description title in the spreadsheet, which is going to be, for this example, the Mossimo Women's Reese Quilted Slip-On Sneakers in olive green. If there is no title listed, then you'll need to create your own from the pictures. The next step is going to be the description. So in the description box, we want to put three different things. We want to put the condition description, as well as any additional details that might be listed. So for this one, we're going to have the new with defects, and then the condition description, which is going to be there's wear on the soles. And then that would be all that we would need to put in the description box for this listing. The next thing is going to be the UPC. So within the pictures or within the spreadsheet, there should be a UPC listed. If there isn't, then you can skip this identifier. And then the next step is going to be the Save To folder. Make sure that you're saving it to the Drafts to be listed folder that you've been assigned. The next step is going to be add images. So we're going to click add images, click upload new images, and then click here to upload. So for this one, we are going to use the Dropbox link that you'll be sent for the different pictures. Please remember that you shouldn't be adding the numbered pictures, just the pictures in between each number. The numbers are just there to separate each listing and to identify the number where it starts. So for this one, we are on number 5, so we're going to copy and paste all of those into the upload images, and we're going to click start upload. So for most of these, they should already be cropped and ready to go and in the correct format. You may need to check to make sure that they aren't to the left or to the right out of line. So for this one, when we look, we see all of these are fine except for this last picture. It looks like it's tilted to the right. So we'll need to edit the image, click on that, click on transform, and then use the right to left arrows to flip the photo. Once it's upright in the correct direction, then we can click apply, and then we can click save, and this will save the picture into the correct direction. The next step is going to be the eBay category. So we're going to click on browse, and then in the upper corner, we're going to click and add the product description to pull up the listings. So we'll go ahead and we'll search this, and it'll bring up the categories. So for this one, it looks like flats would be the best option. And then the secondary eBay category we don't need to worry about. The listing format should always be fixed price, and the duration should always be good till canceled. We don't need to do anything with this box or this box, and we don't need to do anything with the international site visibility. The next thing that we'll do is we'll enter in the store category. So you'll want to read through and pick the most accurate category for the description. For these ones, we will put it underneath of women's shoes. We don't need to do anything with the second store category. You don't need to do anything with the lot size. The next section is going to be the item specifics. So we want to pick the item description from the spreadsheet that we used earlier. So this one is new with defects, and then we want to put in the condition description, which also comes from the spreadsheet. So we just copy and we'll paste this in here. Then we'll look at the brand specifics. So for this one, we would use Mossimo. The style, if we use the drop down, we'll look for the best descriptor of the style. For this one, we'll go ahead and we'll use the boat shoe. Then we want to enter in the color, and for this one, the color is green. For the rest of the description and item specifics, we want to enter in as many as we can. The only one that you probably will not want to use, since we're doing a variation listing, is going to be the US shoe size. Because we're listing multiple sizes of the shoes, we don't want to use this one. But we can enter in the upper material from the pictures, we can enter in pattern, and any other descriptions that you can see and are able to glean from the photos that you have. So after you've entered in all of the ones that you can enter in, the next thing is going to be the item location. So this one is going to be United States. The zip code is always going to be 61761, and the location is always going to be Normal, Illinois. We don't need to put anything into the templates or design. And then we want to make sure that best offer is enabled. We don't need to put anything in either one of those boxes below it though. The next step is going to be pricing. So the pricing is going to come from your research on eBay. So for this one, you could type in the Massimo women's flats and see what comes up. And we want to make sure that we are going to advanced and we are clicking on the solds listing and that we're searching that way so we can see what has sold. We want to make sure that we're taking into consideration the condition as well as the different size and styles that are available. So for the variation listings, we don't really need to consider size too much because we have multiple variations in size. So for this one, we can go ahead and look and see we've got brand new, new with other, brand new, new other. So it looks like they're roughly anywhere from $9 upwards of $17. So we kind of want to choose in the middle. And so we'll list these at $15.95. You can leave the quantity as 1 because we'll change it in the variation section here in a minute. The cost, you don't need to add anything, and then make sure that we are entering in the SKU from the spreadsheet. So we can just copy and we can paste the SKU in here, and you don't need to worry about anything with the eBay custom label. So the next section is going to be the product variation. So this is where we're going to enter in the different styles or types or sizes. So for the shoes, specifically for this example, we're going to be doing the size variations. So when you look at the spreadsheet, if we scroll over, we can see what the variations are. And so for this one, it's going to be size. So we have a 10 and an 11 size. So we don't need to put anything in the SKU. The base price is going to be the price that we've entered in up above, which was $15.95. The base quantity is going to be 1, and you don't need to put anything in the base SKU. So we've selected the US shoe size for women's, and we need to enter in the different size options. So there will be a drop down that comes up. So we had size 10, and then drop down and we had size 11. The next step is going to be specify pricing and inventory. So if we click on this box, it brings up the different sizes. We don't need to do anything with the SKU or custom label. We want to make sure that it's the US size 10. The price is $15.95, and this is where you're going to change the quantity. So back on the spreadsheet, we can see the quantity is going to be for size 11, it's going to be 5, and for size 10, it's going to be 2. So we want to make sure we enter that in here. So the size 10, there's 2 of them, and the size 11, there is 5 of them. And then that is all that we'll need to do with the variation. We don't need to mess with any of those boxes, and we don't need to add any optional variation images. So the next portion of it is going to be the return profile. So for these ones, we always are going to click link existing profile. I always offer free returns. So we'll go ahead and link selected. For the shipping, we are going to link the existing profile from the spreadsheet. So we can see that the shipping detail for this item is going to be 2 pounds. So when we link the existing profile, we want to make sure that we select the 1 to 2 pound product category and select the link. The next is going to be package details. So for this, we don't need to put anything in the dimensions, but we want to make sure that we enter in the weight, which was 2 pounds. Package type should always be package. For the payment profile, we want to link the PayPal profile for right now. So we'll click link selected. And then we always want to make sure that the buyer requirements is allow all buyers to purchase item. Once we've completed, we'll go up to save and we'll click save to library. This will bring up the green box showing that it's been listed successfully to the library. And we can click create new listing from scratch, which will bring us back to that main page again, and we can start our next listing.